Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela Web Dev. So we have successfully written the HTTP client and also we have successfully written the HTTP server. And if you try to check this code, so if I try to run this HTTP server.js file, so let's try to check it here. If I try to run the server, and in the same thing, if I try to run the client also, simple client. So now here we are able to send we are able to send the request, create post and all those things. And from the server also we are able to get the response also. So that means we are able to successfully make the request. This is one way how we can make an HTTP request through the client. But in the real world, there are so many other tools also which you can make a request to the server. So one simple scenario is the web browser which you can make it, and the another one is nothing but the Postman. So this Postman is also one handy tool which you can make the API request. So in this video, we will try to have an overview about the Postman, and we will see how the HTTP calls we can make it in the Postman. So if you haven't downloaded the Postman, so just you can search in the Google and you can able to see the Postman and you can download it. If we go to the so here you can search for the Postman. So here you'll be able to see the API platform. Sign up for free and you can download the Postman. So if you click on this one, it will try to download. So here for me it's a Mac. It is telling to Mac. So if it is a Windows means it will tell you the Postman to download. So that is how you can able to do it. If you want on the web means you can also do it like in launch Postman on the web also you can able to do it. So that's either your case. So how you want to make the request, that is completely your thing. So now in order to make an API request, so how you can make an API request. So this is the new request. So this is how you can make an API request. And if you try to observe carefully, so in the app also you'll have the same thing. So the app will look like something like this. So the app also does the same thing. And if you try to see, the browser also does the same thing only. So if you try to check it here, this is the Postman request which you are able to see it. And here if you try to observe carefully, okay, so here this is the method call. So get, post, put. So whatever the type of method call you are trying to make it, you can make it here. And here you can give the URL. So in this case our URL is something like localhost, and we need to listen to the port 8050, and you can give the resource path. Whatever the resource path you are having, you can give the resource path. Let's try to understand one by one about these all the parameters, authorizations and all those things. So you know that the HTTP request when you are trying to make, it consists of four major parts, four components I told you. One is the method, that is nothing but this is the thing. And second one is the URL, so we have mentioned it. And the third one is the headers, and the last one is the body. So these are the only four things which you will be having. So now we have seen about the method and also the URL. Now we need to check about the headers. So now the first one which you are able to see, this one is a params. Params means, so this one will, if you try to give the key value pair, at the top URL is also changing. You will be able to see the query parameters. These are called as in query parameters. How many things you are trying to give it, so it will reflect in this question mark, something like that. So this is nothing but something like you are filtering the resource path. So you are giving a specific resource for this one. So you can able to access this query parameter in the server side, and you can do a condition sync or something like that. You can able to do it. So this params is nothing but a query params. Whatever the things you are trying to write it here, it will be reflected in this one also. So you will be able to see that it is reflecting here also. So here whatever the things you are trying to mention with question mark thing, the params will be added here. So this is one way. And now here the second one which you are able to see is the headers. So right now here we don't have any headers, right? If you click on 7 hidden, you will be able to see the headers, the default headers what it has been sending. The first one is the cache control, no cache. So this one we'll try to see it. So this one is a no cache. Why? Because so this one is a website, right? So that's why it is trying to tell the browser that not to cache. We recommend using this header. So you'll be able to see when you click on the icon, you will be able to see the entire thing. The post, sorry, here you'll be able to see. So the Postman add cache control as a precaution to prevent the server for returning the stale response when one making. You can remove this header in the app settings or enter new one with a different value. So if you try to check it in our here in our app, okay. So here if you try to check it in our app, let me try to make this one. Yeah, in the headers, you will be able to see the cache control is not there. Why? Because the browser is making the access, right? So here you will be able to see the cache header is not there. So if I try to make a new API, I will try to close this one, don't save, and I will try to make this new. And here if you try to check the thing, so you are not able to see the cache control. Fine. So we have seen about the headers. So sorry, we are one by one we are seeing about the headers thing. So now the next header you are having is the Postman token. So this Postman token is nothing but in order to have a unique identifier, this Postman is trying to send a token for this one. So this one is not needed. Normally we are trying to make a Postman, so this one is been mandatory. So here you'll be able to see the Postman header appends a random URI to every outgoing request. So this one to debug the request and send SACPA request appear. So you can remove this header in the app settings. So if you want, you can remove this header, but this one is for the Postman internal servers to know the request, what type of request we are sending in order to have a record. So they are sending this header. Fine. Next one is the host. So you know this host. So what is this host here? So the host is nothing but the URL which you are trying to make it. Okay. The URL which you are trying to make it, this is the thing. And here you are able to see the user agent. So the user agent which you are trying to make it is means the tool which is trying to make the request. So here the tool is nothing but Postman runtime. And here accept the client, the Postman, what is the type of data it is accepting is all type of data it is accepting. Normally the browser will tell you about the text slash HTML or application slash. So whatever the whatever the things the client is expecting, so it will try to give it here. So this one, if you the server might make it to consider or might ignore it, the server will use this one. And accept encoding. So this one is nothing but so the server can do this type of encoding. So now the whatever the things the server is trying to send it, so it can send this type of things so that the browser can understand and unzip the data. So that is the thing it is. So this will save you some bytes and memory, the compression and all the things. And the last one which you are able to see it is the connection keep alive. We have already discussed about this connection keep alive thing. So fine, these are the normal headers which you are trying to see. Let's try to see the authorization. So authorization is nothing but what you can see it is. So you will be able to see the lot more authorization. So we haven't came across this one. So in our upcoming videos, we will try to see about these all authorizations. So if you keep on bearer token, so just this authorization is nothing but adding another header only. So if you try to see here, we have token was added and here header has been updated. You'll be able to see here authorization. So here you'll be able to see authorization, and if I click on this one, see a header will be added. Ultimately, whatever the things you are having here supports, right? So ultimately the things, everything is getting added in the headers only. So the authorization, whatever the things you are taking, basic auth. If you try to click on the basic, if you click on the basic auth, JC. Yeah, if I try to click on the basic auth, and this one, if I try to check it, so authorization, it is basic. So like this, the authorization also ultimately it will be getting added as the headers. And the another one is the body. So this is so headers thing we have completed. So the next one comes the body. So we have learned the four important components. Method is completed, URL is completed, and headers is also completed. So now the last one is the body. So the body we can have different type of data. This is the HTTP beauty. The body we can send it different type of data. Here the things is none means the request doesn't have a data, and here the first one is the form data. So here the form data means you can give it as a key value pair. So like this you can give it a key value pair, and here also form URL encoded means here also you can give a key value pair. But what is the difference between form data and form? This one is, so form data means you can send the file. So here you can send the file, and here you can select the file and you can send the file. So in the authorization headers, you'll be able to see in the header, sorry, in the headers, you'll be able to see the content type is multi-part by form data, and the content length it is calculated when you are trying to send it, the body. Automatically the headers are also getting added if you try to see it. And if you click on this one, so then also it is trying to see that is an application slash URL encoded, and like this. But if you want to send the JSON data means you can select the raw, and here it will give you some options like text data. If you want to send the text data means you can send it, and here again content type text slash plain will be added. And here if you go to the here, and you can select the JSON in our case, and here you can select something like name or otherwise title. Okay, post title, and here I can give the body post body or something like this. So this is the raw data. And here also you'll be able to see a binary data. If you want to send a file with a binary data means you can find it. And this GraphQL is another way of implementation. So you can send this graph data also. So this is another way of writing sending the data. So this is also something like application/JSON only. So everything, whatever the things you are trying to add it will be converted into application/JSON. But here in our case it is a raw data. So that's it guys about this one all. So whatever the things you are trying to send it, you are able to see. And here I am trying to send the post data http localhost colon 8050 slash whatever the resource path. There is no need to consider about the resource path. Up to now we haven't did it. And if you want to send custom means, so you can send it here name, and here you can add it as in Leela. So this name with name only you will be able to get it. And if I click on the send, so here you will be able to see the message that the post with the title was created by Leela. So now if I try to see this one here in our thing, in our server, so here we are able to see the headers, whatever the headers we are trying to send it. So this Postman and authorization, application JSON, and the Postman token we are able to see, localhost, and content length is calculated. Everything is getting added in the headers. So the Postman is trying to send it. And the response, if you try to check the cookies, so we'll try to discuss about these cookies also. So here headers you will be able to see. Cookies are also nothing but it will be getting added in the headers only. So I will try to explain you about these cookies also. So here this is the server response. So content type application JSON and Monday like this, and keep alive, timeout, chunk, these are all the things we are able to see. And the test results and all those things are nothing but here you'll be able to see the test, right? So this test means nothing but, so whenever you are trying to make a request, so before making a request, pre-request, if you want to execute some logic, so you can write it. So here you can write it in JavaScript or anything. And here also another one is a post request. So if you want to make a post request means, so here you can post response means, so when you get the response, if you want to execute some logic or something like that means, so here you can write this one. This is the test. And here you can select the settings like whatever the version you want to select. These are all things you can do it. So completely this is the about the concept of this Postman thing, and we have successfully made the call to the our node.js server also. So it is working fine. So this is what about I want to give you another HTTP client like Postman. So this is a brief introduction of it. Hope you understood about this concept. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.